We do the different military songs, and the veterans actually stand up for that first time. And the kids actually make that connection of like, oh my gosh, I'm singing to him or her because they're the ones in the Air Force. I really think like that is one of the most powerful pieces.
Hello and welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. It is a time-honored and proud tradition for students, teachers, staff, and parents at Blackridge Elementary School. On this episode of the Supercast, find out why the Veterans Day program is so special at this school and how they updated it this year to honor the newest branch of the military. We start with a word from two teachers who are the driving force behind this production, making it a family and community favorite year after year. We're here at Blackridge talking with the two teachers who have made this Veterans Day program possible. Introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about your position.
I am Regan Stowell, and I teach third grade here at Blackridge.
I'm Joshua Roberts. I'm the Beverly Taylor Sorensen Music Specialist at Blackridge Elementary.
We're grateful for all of our music specialists and our dance specialists, all of our art specialists across the district, and the support that they provide to make these very important experiences available for students. For those who were not fortunate enough to come, please describe the program and the other things that you did to prepare the school for the program and what you did for the veterans after. There were decorations, there were things after, gifts for veterans after. So will you just describe it for those who weren't able to be here?
It's all hands on deck. So we have an arts committee with a representative from each grade level team. We tell them their songs or assignments. I assign them one song to work with their kids. I work on the other, and by the time the program comes, we're all teaching all the music. Mm-hmm. Second grade is a huge help. They are the ones that decorated the gym with all of the pictures of the veterans, put up the flags. They were also the ones that collected the photos for the slideshow that I put together showing the veterans at the beginning. Mm-hmm. Third grade
made thank you cards for the veterans so that when they left and Mrs. Barlow had made them their cookies, they also received a thank you card that was handwritten from from third grade students. What else?
Also the kids that are in the little costumes for each
third
branch.
grader. The third grade does the military parade, so they're the ones who come out in the uniforms and the flags and the signs when their different military branch is sung, like when the different songs are sung. Kindergarten comes out and does your grand old flag with first and second grade and with the flags, which we love.
And fourth, fifth, and sixth grade volunteer most of the speakers for the program because they're the ones that can do it.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for a very long time as a teacher. Tell me about the time that you've spent putting all of this together over the years, where you've done it, how long you've done it, because this program was really an amazing way to honor veterans and teach students about their country and to instill a sense of patriotism.
In 2005, I was teaching third grade at Harriman Elementary, and we were a couple of years into the Iraqi war. And we had a lot of parents in our community that had been called up by the Utah National Guard. And I just felt it was really important for the kids to understand the sacrifices that these people in our community were making. So I had started it out as just a third grade program. It was just something that the third graders did for the school. And I did it that way up until 2018. I did it at Harriman and Jordan Hills, Falcon Ridge, Heartland, Hayden Peak, and then here at Blackridge. And in 2008, Mr. Butler asked me if we could kind of rearrange it so that every grade could be involved, that it wasn't just a third grade program, that every grade could also participate in saying thank you to the veterans, which I was so grateful because I think it makes the whole program much more powerful that every student gets an opportunity to say thank you. So
Absolutely. I don't blame him for wanting to multiply this by 6
Yes.
and make sure that every grade had a chance to participate. How has it evolved over the years? Tell me about the ways that it's changed since you started nearly 20 years ago.
Very long time ago. I think I've tried to change songs over the years. This year we added 2 new songs. The 50 Nifty song was one that we haven't done before here at Blackridge, and then incorporating the Utah song also, so that it kind of moves from, like, the flow of the program is starting out by talking about the Star Spangled Banner and saying the Pledge of Allegiance, moving into the different military branches and honoring them, and then also bringing in how special our country is because of the sacrifice that these men and women make as they go out and serve in the military.
I did notice that there was a Space Force song sung today, and I was not previously aware that there was a Space Force song. Tell me a little bit about that.
My dear friend, Mrs. Shelton at Mountain Point Elementary, was in the military, and last year she harassed me for not having Space Force included. And they are a branch of the military. They've been around for
2018.
So
Since
5 years,
2018.
26 years. So we're going to start seeing veterans come out of that at some point. So she arranged it that our school is the only school that has that recording to use for Space Force, because she was an Army band singer for the better part of a decade. She had the connections to hook us up with getting that recording.
Wow.
So
So that is a bootleg recording of the Space
Not
Force.
bootleg. It's an official one that they gave us permission to use.
So it's fully legit,
Yes.
but it's only here.
Yes.
You'll only hear it here.
Yes.
Wow, that is really cool. That really did stand out to me. I've gone to a lot of Veterans Day programs over the years, and this one is a standout already because of the clear passion that the kids have, and that they've learned a lot from preparing for the performance. Not just that they're performing, but you can tell that it's impacted them. But I really did pick up on that Space Force song, having attended a lot of programs. I think that's a really cool touch this year.
Yeah, and it's something that going forward is going to need to be included in
Certainly.
veterans programs, because they will be there.
Absolutely. Stay with us. When we come back, more at Blackridge Elementary School.
Never miss an episode of the Supercast by liking and subscribing on your favorite podcasting platform. Find transcripts for this episode and others at supercast.jordandistrict.org.
In Jordan School District, we never want a student to go hungry, without food, warm clothing, or school supplies. Hi, I'm Mike Haynes, Director of the Jordan Education Foundation. If you're looking for opportunities to help students and teachers in our schools, we invite you to join us. The Jordan Education Foundation works with generous community partners, volunteer groups, and amazing people to provide classroom grants for teachers, food, and clothing to fill principals' pantries for students. And together, we recognize outstanding educators in every single school every year. If you want to connect with an amazing community helping to fuel success in Jordan School District, get involved or donate by visiting our website at jordaneducationfoundation.org. That's jordaneducationfoundation.org. We hope to hear from you soon.
One of the things I really appreciated about the program is the context that was given to each song. What the song means, where the song came from, how the song was written, or how it came to be discovered in the case of God Bless America. Tell me about including that as part of the program.
So with the BTS grant specifically, I include U.S. songs in 3rd grade and in 5th grade as part of the integrations that we do. They learn the national anthem. We learn the history about it. This Land Is Your Land was one that we hit hard in 5th grade. And putting those songs in context is a huge anchor. Like, if you just sing songs without context, what's the point of doing what we're doing?
But I think your teaching them makes all the difference, because even with the speaking parts, it doesn't mean anything if you haven't taught them what those songs truly mean and where they came from.
Right.
That's the piece that makes this whole program so much more impactful for the students, because while you're doing the context in class, when we also share that piece in the program, it makes that connection.
And we've been doing this one here for
Is this-
5 years.
Well, and before I came to Blackridge,
We had another
you
one.
already had a really strong Veterans Day program.
But we sat down together, looked at Regan's original, and I wanted to make sure that what we were doing was very much centered on the veterans. We're not singing about America in general. We are thanking the members of our community for their service. And I think when I talk about the songs with students in my classroom, that is the focus. And when we do our rehearsals, one of the things I got up there and blasted at them was, this program, this day is not about you, and you need to put your ego aside because we are thanking members of our community. And I think that even with the histories behind the songs, that's the more important thing, is we are thanking and showing our appreciation to veterans that live in Harriman.
That came through very clearly in the performance and in the way that Mr. Butler had students stand and give a standing ovation and thank the veterans just by looking at them and helping them feel that standing ovation. But that was true in every aspect of the performance. Nothing was rote. Nothing was simply standing up and doing what you were supposed to do. It was all an expression of what they clearly understood and felt.
Yeah. And for us to we're the ones that had the thing, but it really is a full staff, full student body effort.
Right.
Everybody.
Sure.
Everyone.
The nighttime sweepers all the way up. Everyone is teachers help rehearse weekly. I'm doing as much as I can in my class time. It took an army to get the setup last Thursday because we didn't have school on Friday. Everybody involved made it happen so we could just get up there and look pretty and wave our arms.
All hands on deck, as it were.
Yes.
So tell me about, it's fun to see the two of you interact as you talk about this, because clearly when you say it takes everyone, it does. But this team right here, the two of you collaborating, has really taken it to another level, it feels like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Mr. Roberts, he's so easy to work with, but he also keeps me focused because I can be a little bit let's do this, let's add this. And to just really keep it focused on the veterans, keep it simple so that what we're doing is really honoring them for their service and their bravery. And I think too, helping the kids really understand that. One of my favorite parts actually of the program is something I never get to see, but it's the piece that I think really connects with them. So maybe Claire and Emily will be able to say if I'm right or wrong. But when we do the different military songs and the veterans actually stand up for that first time, and the kids actually make that connection of oh my gosh, I'm singing to him or her because they're the ones in the Air Force. That's what I've prepared for. Yeah. I really think that is one of the most powerful pieces and the reason why originally so long ago I wanted to do this, because I wanted the students and the kids to understand that piece.
The personal connection is really clear.
I mean, last year we had one of the last World War II veterans in the area whose grandkids go to this school.
Oh, wow.
He was able to make it, and he died about a month or two after our Veterans Day assembly. And it was amazing. A huge deal to have somebody still living that was able to serve in World War II.
Yeah.
Wow. What a memorable moment to have him there.
And he got a full standing ovation by himself from everybody in the room. Yeah. It was that impactful.
It was amazing.
Yeah. I'll bet over the years there are a lot of memories of specific veterans that have had an impact.
Yeah. Last year we also had someone who came in his full Marine uniform, and he played the trumpet.
Played taps.
Yeah, but he played the trumpet in the Marine band, I think. Was that what it was? And so he played taps for the kids. Wow. So they could hear what that would sound like. And it was amazing.
Let's talk with a couple of students who've been able to be part of this over the years. Tell me your name and your grade.
I'm Claire Notwell, and I am in 6th grade.
I'm Emily Esselman, and I'm in 5th grade.
You've each been able to play different roles in each grade. Tell me, do you have a favorite year, a favorite song that you learned along the way?
Mine was the Navy because my papa was in the Navy and he retired. He was in the Navy for 36 years, I think. So
Wow. Was he able to be here and see you perform that?
no, he lives in Missouri, so
Okay,
he
that
can't
would have been
come.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yes. How about for you, Emily?
My favorite part is probably the medley, the military medley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's impactful. Tell me, how has this changed you? What have you learned from this experience?
Probably that, like, you don't really realize a lot of how much someone really does for just a country and kind of like the sacrifices they give to help us out. And I think that I've learned a lot more about that since I've been here. So
I've learned a lot about how many people are able to come and serve this country and fight for our freedom.
Do you have a family member that's a veteran? That I know that Claire's grandfather was in the Navy. How about for you?
My dad served in the Air Force for about 7 years. He was a loan master, and he went on a few combat missions in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Wow. And was he able to be here to see you perform?
He was here in the morning program.
And how does it make him feel, do you think, to see you perform these patriotic songs, especially his song?
I think it has him remember that he did this and he served for our country and he fought for our freedom. And knowing that he helped make this country what it is today.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for taking the time, not only to perform this, I look forward to it every year. I canceled meetings to be here today because this is much better than any meeting.
thank you very much.
And thank you for taking the time for the interview today, and happy Veterans Day.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
over.
Thank
Godfrey.
you.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the Supercast. Remember, education is the most important thing you'll do today. We'll see you out there.